regular meeting of the commission. Need to call a roll. Commissioner Burris.
Present.
Hope.
Present.
Tanner.
Present.
Barner.
Present.
Chair present. We don't have, do we have any guest speaker for the, anything from the floor?
Mr. Sullivan was here, and I think he left. The meeting was supposed to start at 4, but I believe he's gone now. But I'll contact him and just see if he can come back to the next meeting.
Okay. Now we're gonna go on to the agenda items.
We need to approve, we
And,
need to number 4, approve the agenda.
we don't need to approve it. You really don't. You gotta go to the agenda first. There wasn't one. We didn't have a speaker.
We got to approve the agenda before we go any further. Yeah. Number 4.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to
So move, Mr. Chair.
accept?
We approve the agenda.
You approve the agenda? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do we need to have a roll call vote as we have in the past on any of this?
You want a roll call?
Not necessarily,
I think that's been the general practice of the board.
So we're gonna follow the city's operation, and you can't tell, I hadn't even voted and it passed, so.
yeah.
Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, it seems to be the will of the commission, if
Okay.
perhaps you wouldn't mind doing a roll call vote.
We'll do a roll call.
Thank you.
Mr. Burst,
Aye.
Mr. Pope,
Aye.
Mr. Tanner,
Aye.
Mr. Barner. Chair votes aye. Okay, on the agendas, items, the resolution 2021-08 approves 2021 Ware County Comprehensive Plan Update. Here, do we have a motion on it? And then I'll ask for discussion.
I'll make a motion to
Second.
approve it.
I'll second it, Mr. Chair.
Under
We have a
discussion,
motion and a second.
under
Do we have
discussion,
any
do we have a
discussion?
copy of the resolution?
Yeah, it's under tab A.
8.
A as an apple.
Do we have any discussion on it?
I'd like to say a couple of words about it, please, sir. And basically, I want to congratulate our group for doing an excellent job. Looking at the things that y'all realize we were lacking, things we were needed, and the way you were planning on getting them for the citizens of our county is very impressive, and I appreciate the good work.
I like to ditto that.
Planning Director, Mr. James Schubert's done an excellent job of putting this together with, as Commissioner Burris and Tanner said, bringing the community together to make these recommendations. Good job.
And I would also want to mention, if I may, that we'll have copies of this available for the public if they'd like to have a copy to go through and keep. If they would just let us know, we can have it. We can also email it too. Might be easier to do. So if we can, I just wanted to put that out there for the community to know.
Okay. Any more? Thank you, Mr. Shute, for your part. There's a lot of people working on this thing. I believe a lot of work done. Thank y'all. No more discussion?
Good.
Want to vote? Mr. Burris?
Aye.
Mr. Pope?
Aye.
Mr. Tanner?
Aye.
Mr. Barner?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay. On B, on the Cactus Street bid award, I believe it's been asked to be tabled. Anybody got anything on that?
We'll need a motion.
We'll need a motion.
To table it.
Have a motion to table it.
So move.
Stu,
Second.
second. Have any discussion? Let's vote on it. Commissioner Burris,
Aye.
Commissioner Pope,
Aye.
Tanner,
Aye.
Warner,
Aye.
chair votes aye. Okay. I see a tractor purchase for public works. We discussed that, but I think I explained some of it, what we wanted to do, but, on mowing some of the roads, on the dirt roads, widening them up and stuff like that, that needs to be done, and I believe, Mr. Brooks told me that they didn't have enough equipment to do it with, and I don't know if we can or not, but we'll look at it, widening some of these roads, mowing some of these intersections, and putting a crew together. So, whatever, do I have a motion? And then we'll discuss it. We don't have no motion, so we'll table it, I guess. Okay, go to the next item, 6, Commissioner's item. Anybody got anything?
Under clarification, Mr. Chairman, this is not tabled, correct? It can be brought up later, but we haven't tabled it, right?
So if the will of the commission is for no motion to be made, then it dies for lack of a motion and a second. If, a commissioner desires for it to be put on the agenda in the future and then that agenda is approved, then, it would be fine for it to be put on the agenda. But for now, it's not formally tabled. It won't be added to the next meeting automatically.
Thank you.
Okay, we need a vote on it now.
Wait a minute. So,
Not really.
let me, just for point of clarification, Ms. Jennifer, so what's on the agenda today is the tractor purchase for public works, okay? And I guess the motion would have been to either accept this bid or to reject it, okay? And, so if we made a motion for purpose of discussion, that can be done, and then we have, I think Mr. Brooks, he's here to maybe give any clarification on it, and then at that point, we can vote either to purchase or not purchase or table it for a later date.
If that's the will of the board, that certainly can be done.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, at this point, I'd just like to make a motion to, deny this purchase right now. And it's basically for the purpose of discussion, that's on what we can get someone to speak on, if someone seconds it.
We have a motion to deny the purchases. We have a second.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Yes, I'd like for Mr. Brooks, if he's, to just come and kind of give us his version of this.
Commissioners, Chairman's correct. We did have a discussion and he asked me about, the equipment. We don't have the equipment like he asked about and nor do I have the personnel either. If we had a piece of equipment today, I wouldn't be able to run it today. I don't have the personnel to run it. That's something that we're looking at with the manager about trying to fill some of these empty spots that are budgeted. But yeah, I do not have the equipment to do exactly what Chairman's asking about. We do have the 2 mow trims that we do that work with, but we only have, one operator for that situation.
But you are in agreement that if you had the personnel and we had this equipment, we could further.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, yes, sir.
Okay. So, but right now you don't have the personnel.
Right now, I
so
don't have
really
the
wouldn't-
personnel to run it.
Okay.
Other words, we need to tell the public then that we're not gonna mow these right of ways. We ain't gonna mow these intersections, and we ain't gonna do that no more. Is that right? That what you're saying?
No, sir. We've got a mow trim that we're working on that.
Well, we need to move on some of this stuff, somehow or another. Cause the public is hollering about it. They want these roads mowed and these intersections and stuff like that mowed because it's dangerous. And so, let the record show, we're not gonna do it. That's it.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I would just like to say, just for point of clarification, not so much that we not gonna do it, but right now we're not in a position, we don't have the personnel or the equipment, and the thing here is to try to purchase the equipment, but even if we purchase the equipment, we don't have the personnel, so that's something that we're gonna have to look at as a commission as to whether we wanna employ additional people so that they can operate this equipment. So I don't think it's not so much that we just don't wanna do it, we just right now in a position where we really can't do it at this point in time.
Right.
I got a question, Mr. Brooks, that mow trim and that cutter we got, wouldn't it do the same thing? I mean,
Yes, sir.
you
We
can
have,
mow backside of road with that mow trim.
we have two of those mow trim tractors. One of them has the mower deck on it like a heavy duty rotor mower. That we cut the limbs and the stuff back around the intersections and downside dirt roads. The second one has a saw blade on it. That was the oldest mow trim we had. And when we bought the new John Deere, the commission bought the saw head to cut limbs, heavier stuff that the other one would not cut. And we use it on occasion. It's not a frontline machine. It'll, you use 2 or 3 days and then you have to let it, it's got some hydraulic issues.
That's
But
the
we
old
don't,
one.
the old one, correct. But the new one, the
regular-
John Deere one, we run every day.
I think
It's up on
we
North End
need to,
County right now.
we need to, if we gotta hire another laborer too, but these roads need mowing. Some of these dirt roads, some of these intersections, they need a little more attention.
Yes, sir, we're working on,
And I believe that's what, that we're here for.
yes, sir. I mean, he's up on North End County right now mowing.
Well, if we keep complaining and grumbling, that ain't getting nowhere.
I understand.
I mean, we can't just grumble about it. Can't get this in the work, can't get that in the work. We need to move on it. Y'all hire and fire, I don't.
Mr. Moore, how would this type of equipment be funded normally?
Through Splost.
It's not budgeted, nor do we have the money, right?
No, sir, we have money in roads and streets, but that was more or less the money that we were gonna hold on to for emergency purchases or anything that we need in the future. Probably never, because we don't know, how soon we'll ever get SPOS back. So it was one of those trying to hold on to it, but.
So we can use, as Mr. Brooks said, we could use the equipment that we already have to do a lot of this work.
Well, we have.
Of course, you don't have the people to do it anyway. So-
Right, and that's why I said, what we have to do is actually just take them off the graders and
Right,
transition over to running the tractors.
right.
But I don't know how long that we would be able to suffice doing that.
Well, without the SPOS passing, then there's just gotta be a balance. It just, compromises have to be made, right?
Either that or we sell something we have that we can do without. I doubt we do, but we can generate money that way too. Or, we can take it out of SPOS if that's what the commission so desires.
I don't think we have to have, skilled labor for mowing tractors. I don't think you'd be taking your motor grader operator and put them on a mowing tractor.
No, sir.
So,
See, we're fixing to get in grass mowing season on side of the highways. We stop dump truck drivers to do that.
yeah,
That's
They ain't doing something.
that's what we mow with, is dump truck drivers.
yeah. I think we could probably move some around and get up a 3 or 4 man crew.
I don't have 3 or 4 men to move, Chairman. That's what,
We'll hire some.
I've
Can
only
you
got-
hire 'em?
I've got 15, 16 people, and you run 8 motor graders in a day, that only leaves 8 people left. And we got 5 dump trucks that run, every one of them's running to the north end of the county today after that storm over the weekend.
you can come up with some kind of plan on doing this.
We can get together tomorrow and come up with some plan that we can, might be able to live with and bring it back, or just let you know over next day or so.
Yeah.
You mean plan as far as getting the new equipment and then trying to get personnel, or what are we talking about?
Both.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm not going along with buying new equipment. We've got stuff that can work, that I think.
but, you know, as the chairman stated, I think it's something that, like I said, if we have some issues with, you know, these intersections or whatever, that's a concern, but I don't want to go across from this commission that we don't, just not gonna do it, but it's not so much that we not gonna do it right now, we're just not able to do it based on our personnel and, you say, maybe some of the equipment, so.
We had all the money we needed and all the people and all the equipment, we could get all of it done. We could keep it done, but we don't.
You don't mow your grass unless you have to.
My wife does occasionally,
Yeah.
but I don't.
Somebody got to mow it.
that's
It's
not
coming
okay.
summer and these roads do need,
Yeah.
they need
I'll agree.
attention. You got a bunch in your area needs it.
I'll agree, when I first came on the commission, the Swamp Road was, you could drive off on the edge of the road, you couldn't see the pickup. The grass was so high, and I understand, yes, it does need to be done. And they can come up with a plan. No reflection on your management at all, this conversation.
I agree with y'all, but we need to look into getting a plan going
Yeah,
and maintaining these roads. That's the whole thing. We need to maintain these right of ways, and, some of them need moving back. We got some narrow roads out there. It's too narrow for two pickup trucks to pass on.
A lot of them only have 30-foot prescriptive right of ways. A lot of these roads don't have deeds on them.
We need to get on it.
What is the difference between a prescriptive right of way and
James up.
Most of them don't have but a 30-foot right of way.
Prescriptive right of way is an assumed right of way, correct?
Prescription's what's been used over the years, so the amount of whatever the road that is actually being used is how much the right-of-way is. And what is actually used and maintained. So if you go beyond that, you don't have the prescriptive right for that. If it was something that has actually been bought or deeded to the county, generally that's larger only because, you know, the county requests when they purchase it, they don't want to just purchase a 40-foot right-of-way. You know, we'd like 60 feet to 80 feet. So then if we would like to pave or do whatever in the future, that we'd have that road.
So that's why it's the prescriptive right of way, there's no consideration ever paid for that. As a consequence, enlarging that footprint, is contrary to what the law allows you to do. It's very similar, if you will, you've heard of prescriptive easements. So if I have a landlocked piece of property, law doesn't allow me to build a 60-foot road through there. It only allows me to get the most narrow road possible to utilize the property. And so most roads in the county, rural counties, are almost all prescriptive right-of-ways. They were goat paths, that became wagon paths, that became automobile paths, and so forth. And depending on their usage over time, some of them were naturally allowed to be enlarged, even though there's no right-of-way provided through purchase or gift, and others have remained rather, tight. And what happens, not uncommonly, is you'll end up with something happening down a road you can barely get down to. There'll be 7 homes built down there, and kids in a school bus, and all of a sudden the school bus can't get by to the chairman's point. And but the solution to that is a cooperative landowner that allow you to have additional footage you need to enlarge that prescriptive right of way. Without that, encroaching is what we agree with Brooks.
Correct.
Okay, can we get a? Ask him to come up with us a plan. Mr. Brooks, you come up with us a plan, what we need to do and how many people we need,
Yes, sir.
whatever, if we're gonna mow these right of ways and keep them clean,
Yes, sir.
okay?
I'm here with the manager and.
Do that for us.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And Mr. Chairman, just procedurally, I think we do formally have a motion and a second on the floor that we need to
Okay.
resolve
I
by
have
a
a
vote.
motion to let him put us a plan together.
Well, first off, the motion was to deny the immediate request for the new equipment.
Okay, yeah, let's go back to the tractor. All right, he made a motion
Right, just
to
to deny until,
deny the
right.
buying of the tractor.
And I second.
Have a second, got a
Yeah.
second. Any discussion? None? We need a vote. Mr. Burris,
Aye.
Mr. Pope,
Aye.
Mr. Tanner,
Aye.
Mr. Barner.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. I'll vote with you. Okay. Now, the commission item, that's what we wanted to do.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Sullivan's here, I would guess, he's back.
He's back. Who
Mr.
is?
Sullivan, he signed up to be our guest
Okay.
speaker.
Jerry, okay, come on.
How y'all doing, Chairman?
Yeah.
Y'all doing a good job, sure. What I up here for, I had brought it to Brown's attention when he was in office. And, anyway, we're trying to, I know while I hear y'all say it's kinda hard to get this road paved, finished paved, but Sand Hill Road that I live on, the extension on it is about 800, maybe 900 feet. You know, all we wanted is completed finish and paving it. You know, it starts right there at the little Baptist church on Sand Hill Road. And there's about 16 to 17, which I presented him with this form with all the signatures. This is a copy, but he's got it in there, the original. And it's a 60-foot right of way on that road, but we're not asking. It sounds like it's kind of fun, no ditches, because that is pure sand in there, and we have never been flooded since I've been there. I built that house in '85 out there. And, but I know it sounds kind of this about dishes. There's some there, but it ain't no purpose about us flooding. I know if it would save the county any money, that's what all of us side, if, you know, we want no ditches. Just a, 18, 16 foot road there paved, you know what I'm saying? 18 or whatever wide it is, 8 and 8, 16 wide. That road there been there, I think the church had it first done when it was out there. It was a dirt road when I went in. I live on 5773 Sand Hill Road, and then they got that paved, but it never did continue. And we didn't get on with Neighbors Drive and all that other with that splash money they had then, you know. So I want to present it. Mr. Barnes said, Chairman Barnes said, he said, you need to bring it up here and present it to them. But I did present it to Brown, and he got a copy, supposed to have the original. That's just a copy of the name. But anyway, I would appreciate if y'all look into it and see what y'all can do about it. I mean, we got time. I mean, it's just been time and time, but I think it's a little aggravating. That's a little road in there, but it's still aggravating. And I know there's a lot more roads need worse than ours do, but that's been a long time that road just sit there and not finish it out.
I appreciate you coming. You've always been active in the community, wanting better for Sand Hill Farm subdivision. 20-some years ago, we dealt on those roads.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming.
Yeah, I appreciate what you done for the fire department too. I ain't never forgot that. We got a septic tank and all that stuff, that little volunteer fire department. I appreciate that, Mr. Pope. You've been a good person.
Could I ask you how far that road is from the city limits of Ware? Do you know?
It's out there, I don't know, for the ceiling.
It's probably 6 miles from the courthouse steps to the crow line, something like that.
About 2 miles?
6 from the courthouse steps.
Okay.
It's
2 miles
yeah.
is about Jamestown, so it's about like 2 miles out that way.
Yeah,
Augusta Springs. This is under the Augusta Springs.
Augusta.
Yeah, Augusta Springs, all in there, yeah.
Well,
Neighbors Drive, Mr. Neighbor used to own all that property in there before we subbed it or sold it.
okay. Okay.
Neighbor and Crosby's.
Did I understand you said part of the road is already paved?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then they just pretty much just stopped it?
Yeah, it's way over half. I mean, way
Goes to
over.
the church, don't it?
Yeah, it
Is
stops
that
right
the
there
one
at
that
the
goes down
church.
to that church?
Yep.
So
Okay.
is it paved past the church or up?
No, it's already up to Pebble Hill Road, you know what I'm saying? The Sand Hill Road comes down to the church, it's being paved right there. It stops paving right there, going into the rest of the road. The rest of the road is dirt road. I know that one time it was 80-foot right of way, now they said they can go back to a 60-foot right of way, you know? So that's what we own.
We can put it on the list, but I don't look for it no time soon.
Well, when
got
I look
nobody
at, I
to
know,
do it.
I appreciate it, but I
We
know, I
can't
just
even
wanna
mow the
present it.
grass, so we can't build our road.
Yeah, yeah. I know that, I see them, I know they got different splash money, but I see them capping some of them roads out there, don't even need it. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But that's another vision there, another story there. But I appreciate your time, and I appreciate if you look in this for me, you should have it. If it ain't, I could drop it by the office over there.
Okay,
But they should have the original over there.
all right, thank you, Jerry.
I appreciate it very much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? County managers got any items?
Yes, sir. Couple of them. We need to meet to discuss our group health insurance renewal, and I didn't know if that would be something we could do next Monday in a call meeting. Probably probably about 30 minutes. John Leggett, our broker, would be here to present the information and such. I just didn't know if next Monday would work for y'all.
Okay. You wanna get a time on it? 2
Yeah.
o'clock, 4 o'clock, what?
That's what I was gonna hear,
What do y'all
first
want?
of all, do you think any of all you can make it? If not, then we'll try to figure out another day.
Next.
Bad for you, Commissioner Tanner? Okay. What would be better? End of this week, end of next week?
What's the latest?
What is next Monday?
What time you gonna knock off?
Next Monday is the third, May 3rd.
They had a normal meeting. I can come as far as I know.
No,
Y'all
we're,
come, Barney?
Yeah, I can be.
Third, Mr. Tanner?
May the third, what time?
we can do it
In the morning?
in the
do it
mornings,
late?
afternoons. It's
Come
just,
out later in the afternoon, that way Commissioner Tanner won't have to
It'd
take
be
off.
better for me later.
in the late in the afternoon.
Yes, sir.
We can do it that way. And the reason why we're trying to do it next Monday is because we have a window we're trying to meet because we gotta get booklets printed and get the information out and start the HR process of that. So it's kind of a window. We were gonna try to do it today.
Well, I know I can make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at the calendar.
Shouldn't take about 30 minutes.
About 4:30.
About 4:30?
Is that all right
4:30,
with
is
y'all?
that all right with y'all?
You gonna be in
4:30, all
town?
right?
Yeah, that's 6:30 in the morning would be better for me.
We can do that.
Okay. I'll shoot
go
for
early in the morning.
4:30.
And that'll be made of what?
May 3rd.
May 3rd, 4:30 in the afternoon.
Yes, sir.
And that's to discuss the insurance.
Yes, sir. The renewal rates.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Matter.
I made a mistake. There was only one item.
Okay, that's all. I hear a motion to,
I got a comment I wanna make.
Yeah.
They're at the intersection of 520 and the, US 1 bypass, the red light, they're working on it now, they got the poles set up. And he said probably 2 months they'll have it in operation. That's gonna be a blessing right there.
yeah, that's one needed thing there. We need that light.
That's all I have.
Anybody else got anything?
I don't, not today. No,
Yes.
sir.
Just appreciate, Myra with the Journal Herald being out here and take person and to all our citizens in Ware County, just continue to be safe. We know it's getting ready to come into the summer season, so, be careful and the virus is still among us. Thank you.
Thank y'all. I hear a motion to close the meeting.
Make the motion to close.
Second.
Any discussion on it? All right, let's vote on it. Mr. Burris?
Aye.
Harold?
Aye.
Mr. Tanner?
Aye.
Mr. Barner? Aye. Chair votes aye. Meeting adjourned.
Y'all's numbers been over here lately.